Concerns are rising for the health of Shiv Sena chief Bal Thackeray. Let's get you all the latest from the Thackeray residence, Matoshri in Mumbai, where the Shiv Sena chief continues to be in a critical condition, but as of now, he is stable. At about 4 p.m. this afternoon, Sena leader Subhash Desai addressed the media. He said that Bal Thackeray is stable and is on the path to recovery. Through the day, there has been a steady flow of VIP visitors at Matoshri, calling on the Thackeray family to inquire about the Sena patriarch's health. Latest to reach Matoshri are the BJP President Nitin Gadkari, Salman and Arbaz Khan, along with their father Salim Khan. Industrialists Rahul Bajaj and Venugopal Dhoot also visited Matoshri a short while back.
चालू है सभी
बाला साहब की है जो डॉक्टर वहाँ पे दे रहे हैं उनके प्रयासों को अच्छा रिस्पांस मिल रहा है।
Well, concerns are mounting for the health of Bal Thackeray, but for now he's said to be in a stable condition. He is at Matoshri. There have been a steady stream of VIP visitors, like we've been telling you, from filmmakers to industrialists to politicians. A lot of supporters also gathered outside Matoshri. Thousands of people gathered outside to hear a word on Bal Thackeray's health. There has been no medical bulletin so far as of now, but from time to time, leaders of the Shiv Sena have come out and spoken. Yesterday, we had Uddhav Thackeray, the son of Bal Thackeray, allay fears about his father's health, saying that he is really stable as of now, and they are optimistic that he might actually stage a recovery from here on, as he has been known to do in the past. We also heard from other Sena leaders a short while back saying that Bal Thackeray is in a critical but stable condition. He was taken off life support some time back. In fact, let's listen in to what Uddhav Thackeray of Headlines Today has to say about the state of supporters and Bal Thackeray from outside Matoshri.
Shiv Sainiks outside Matoshri praying for the long life of Shiv Sena Supremo Bala Saheb Thackeray. There are massive barricades that have been put in place outside Matoshri. The Mumbai police has been deployed. Shiv Sainiks and Bala Saheb Thackeray supporters have been asked to stay on the other side of this barricade, and in large numbers. As the sun goes down, more and more people after office work are assembling here, waiting to hear one word of the health bulletin. We expect to hear an announcement from Matoshri in a while from now. So far, whether it's Manohar Joshi, senior Shiv Sena leader, or several other Shiv Sena leaders or captains of the industry or Bollywood stars who've come out, they've also said that Bala Saheb Thackeray is fine. He's responding to treatment. But at this point of time, as you can see, rapid action force has also been deployed to prevent any untoward incident, not only with their weapons but also with their riot gear. And as you can see here, tear gas shell canisters with the RAF personnel. They are here in their riot gear here, this, and also the new fiberglass baton, all with the rapid action force deployed in much larger numbers than they were here yesterday. Last night when several journalists were attacked, women police also deployed in much larger numbers. There is a massive deployment also of journalists. Now senior Shiv Sena leaders have told us, and they've told their supporters that they don't want crowds to assemble here. They want people to go to their homes and wait to hear about any news and not assemble here. It's through the media that they would disseminate information. But a senior Shiv Sena leader said, while Bal Thackeray is responding to medicines, more than medicines, now he requires prayers. With cameraman Raju Revankar at Matoshri in Mumbai, Gaurav Sawant for Headlines Today.
In fact, reactions have been pouring in thick and fast from people who visited Matoshri today. A lot of them are supporters of Bal Thackeray. Let's listen in to what some of the supporters had to say.
इच्छा के अनुसार या उनके आदेश के अनुसार आपको बताएंगे।
जी सर, थैंक यू सर का थैंक यू सर।
नाजुक है, हम लोग भी चिंतित है। अरे एक घंटे में हम लोग वहां से जानकारी दे रहे। मैं महाराष्ट्र का प्रभारी हूँ पार्टी का, इसलिए मैं अभी यहाँ आने के पहले भी मैंने जानकारी लिया। थोड़ा क्रिटिकल है।
उद्धव जी से मुलाकात हुई और साहब स्टडी है एकदम एंड पूरी कोशिश में डॉक्टर्स लगे हुए हैं और हमें इस बात का उम्मीद है कि बाला साहब जो है फिर से खड़े होंगे और उसी तरीके से हमारे सामने आएंगे। इस वेरी स्टडी पूरी स्टडी है और बेटर है,
वो स्टेबल है और बस यही प्रार्थना करें एकदम ठीक हो जाए। हम सब लोग यही दुआ चाहेंगे।
Well, joining us now live for more on this story is Pankaj Vadhyay and our political editor Javed Ansari. Javed, let me come to you first. A lot of concern really for the health of Bal Thackeray. Really, he's the man who's had perhaps the biggest impact in Maharashtra politics in recent times.
Well, indeed it is, and it's a testimony to the fact. The kind of reaction that we are seeing is a testimony to the fact, to the kind of clout and influence that he exerted on politics of Maharashtra. We've had people from all walks of life, but especially politicians from across the political landscape. There have been congressmen who've called. Sharad Pawar was here, Mr. Shinde and Prithviraj Chauhan have phoned and had a lengthy conversation. The state BJP leadership was here. Senior national leaders of the BJP have been on the phone constantly. So everybody is monitoring it. There have been politicians, there have been film stars, there have been industrialists, there have been financiers, all kinds of people from all walks of life, all coming here to inquire about the health of Mr. Bala Thackeray. And this, indicates that, you may agree or disagree with his politics, but there's no denying the kind of influence and the kind of impact that he's had on the politics of Maharashtra for the past several decades. Rukmani.
Right, let me come across to you, Pankaj. A lot of supporters gathered there outside Matoshri, hoping for word on Bala Saheb's health, but there has been no medical bulletin so far. It's just been the family who has been reassuring the people. Tell us, what's the mood like back there in Mumbai? We understand that a massive security deployment has been undertaken already.
Rukmani, I travelled through the city in the late evening time, and let me tell you, there is no untoward incident that has been reported in the city. Yes, there is heavy policing in many areas of Mumbai, especially in Dadar area and in Bandra area as well. Now, Matoshri, which is at the heart of Bandra, is witnessing heavy police deployment. There is rapid action force there, there is a local police there, there is a team of SRPF is also there. Thousands of Shiv Sainiks have gathered there. Right now they are waiting in anticipation for a medical bulletin. Most of the Shiv Sainiks that I have had a word with were saying that they are very happy since they have heard through the secondary sources inside that their beloved leader Bala Saheb Thackeray is recovering. But they are also worried because it has been told that his condition is critical as well. So right now all they are waiting for is if a medical bulletin could come out and it could clear the air. At the same time, let me tell you, in suburban areas of Mumbai like Jogeshwari, Matunga, Goregaon, Malad as well. These were some areas where we heard reports that shutters were down, and in the noon time cabs and autos were not flying. We had a word with the Shiv Sena leaders as well, and they maintained that they had not ordered any of the shopkeepers or any cab walas or auto walas not to fly. It was on their own judgment, it was on their own interest or as a matter of fact with their own sense of fear or respect, call it whatever, that the shutters were down. By and large, the situation is absolutely under control in Mumbai, but yes, as far as the air is concerned, there is definitely that element of tense is definitely there. People are anxious. It's not just Shiv Sainiks who are worried about Bala Saheb Thackeray's health. Since Bala Saheb Thackeray has been a huge personality in whole of Maharashtra, people love him, they revere him. And that's the only reason why entire Mumbai is in a state of anxious suspense. They want to hear through a medical bulletin as to what his real health is right now.
Right, Pankaj, as you rightly said, Mumbai is on edge, but the situation, it's good to know, is under control as of now. Let me go back to Javed Ansari, who is still with us. Javed, the issue really comes back to the topic of succession in the Shiv Sena. There was a falling out between the cousins Uddhav Thackeray and Raj Thackeray on this very issue years back. The question is, how crucial really is Bal Thackeray's brand to the Shiv Sena? Will Uddhav be able to fill his shoes?
Well, Rukmani, if you have got your question correct, because there's a lot of din here now, and I can barely hear you. Well, it's that question has been uppermost in the minds of everybody. At this moment of time, nobody wants to talk about it, given the sensitivities involved. But even for the past several weeks now, there has been a rapprochement in the works. There's been talk of this. Bal Thackeray had once summoned when Uddhav went in for his angioplasty. Raj came back. I'm told that Raj is right now, as we speak, is in Matusshiri. He's been here for the last couple of days. In fact, last night he slept outside the house in his car. So he's been keeping a vigil. Right now the family is bonding together. But whether this will lead to a greater realignment, whether to a reunification of the erstwhile splinter groups, one cannot say for sure, and we'll have to wait as time passes whether this sentiment fructifies into something more solid.
All right. In fact, as you said, Javed, this is not something that people want to talk about at this point in time, but it's something that they are going to be faced with in the near future. Pankaj, let me come back to you. As Javed was saying, there have been talks of rapprochement between the two cousins. There has been talks that they have perhaps buried their hatchet. Is there likely to be any future political alliance between Raj Thackeray and Uddhav Thackeray, considering that they are two respective different parties now, but they have also found some common ground in the recent past?
Rukmani, I had a word with the political commentators in Mumbai. For one, they really say that it's too hypothetical to talk about the entire mixing issue right now. They draw our attention to the fact that Raj has always been a family man. When Bala Thackeray was not feeling well some weeks back because of some stomach ailments, Raj had visited Matusshri. It had raised eyebrows. Everyone was interested about the political futures in Shiv Sena and Maharashtra Navnirman Sena as well. A week back, when Uddhav Thackeray had to be admitted in Leelavati hospital for his surgery, Raj was by his side as well. So the political commentators say, as far as the family issues are concerned, Raj has always been with the Thackeray family. But then when it comes to political, there is a big question mark. Raj Thackeray is a personality that might not mix the personal with the professional as well. Here, professional being his political alignments and his ambitions as well. Though even right now, the political commentators clearly maintain it is too hypothetical to be talking right now, because both of them are treading on two different ideologies. Both have two different personalities. They also draw our attention to the fact that Uddhav Thackeray is not in the best of his health. So what is the inside mathematics is really going on with Raj Thackeray and Maharashtra Navnirman Sena? These are early hours to predict right now. Right now, the focus of everyone, be it Raj Thackeray or the family or Shiv Sainiks or the Sena as such, is only on the health of Bala Thackeray.
Right. Javed, coming back to you, regardless of the massive impact Bal Thackeray has had on Maharashtra politics, he has been a very, very controversial politician as well. He has been accused of practicing the politics of chauvinism, trying to push the regional agenda and so on and so forth. And in fact, he is one of the most active politicians at his age, coming out with very strong editorials, even now pushing his ideology. Is that conviction all pervading in Shiv Sena, or is it really Bal Thackeray that is the driving force behind it?
Well, without doubt, he was the driving force behind it, and he, even when the last that one heard from him was, he says, all those who talk of me being on the ventilator is absolutely wrong. I'll put a lot of others before I go onto the ventilator. So he's always been defiant to the last, and that characterizes his, sums up the kind of politics and the kind of person and personality that he was. Defiant to the last. He set his own rules and played the game according to his rules. He was extremely irreverential, didn't bother about ruffling people's feathers, and he took on the high and the mighty. He was a power to be reckoned with in Maharashtra, and he set the bar for himself, and he lived by those standards.
Right. Pankaj, coming back to you, there have been thousands of supporters gathered outside Matusshri. They've been gathered, in fact, all over Bombay, in Mumbai, in various pockets, and they've been waiting to hear some kind of a medical bulletin which has not really come forth. What is the latest we have on Bala Sahib's health?
What we are hearing, Rukmani, what's happening here is we are only getting information through the secondary sources. Along with the Shiv Sainiks, what we are also expecting, perhaps some big leader would come out and give a statement, or perhaps doctors who are attending on the health of Bal Thackeray, if they could come out, or in fact release a medical bulletin that would clear much of air as to what's happening all around. What happened yesterday was there was lack of information, and that kind of agitated the Shiv Sainiks to the extent that many of them resorted to violence as well. Today, even though the situation is a little different, there is heavy police barricading. Yesterday we had Uddhav Thackeray who came out as well and appeased, tried to pacify the Shiv Sainiks not to resort to violence. Till yesterday there was some sort of information, but since the day has drawn to a close, now the Shiv Sainiks again are expecting a medical bulletin, because they have been here since hours now. I have had a word with many of the Shiv Sainiks. What they are saying is they realize that Bal Thackeray is recovering, and they are happy for it, and they are praying for him. A lot of yagnas have been organized, pujas have been organized, so everyone is gathered there. They are just praying. Most of the leaders who have come out as well, they say he's on the path of recovery, but he needs prayers now. But people, obviously, Shiv Sainiks are in a very anxious state of mind. Now, what they are expecting right now is a medical bulletin. So, what we are hearing through our secondary sources is that perhaps in some moments from now, some Sena leader or perhaps medical doctors would come out and perhaps give a medical statement that would clear much of the speculation that is going around outside Matoshri.
Right. In fact, let me go back to Javed, who is still with us. Javed, there has been a steady stream of high-profile VVIP visitors at Matoshri who have come in to inquire about the health of Bal Thackeray, including film stars like Amitabh Bachchan. There are politicians that have been coming steadily, industrialists like Rahul Bajaj and Venugopal Dut. This despite the fact that Bal Thackeray was undeniably a controversial politician. So what is it that really... what is behind the fact that he has this kind of goodwill, or one sees deference on part of these people when it comes to this political figure?
Look, there are two reasons, Rukmani. One is the kind of impact that he had. It's a testimony to the kind of influence and the clout that he exerted. And the other is that, he had cross-party linkages. Now, he and Mr. Sharad Pawar were vehemently opposed to each other as far as politics is concerned, but he also had a personal rapport. And I think I can immediately recall Mr. Sharad Pawar told me this, the first time when Supriya Sule was put up as a candidate for the Rajya Sabha, at about close to midnight, Bal Thackeray called up Sharad Pawar and says, "What is this? You put her up and you haven't informed me." He says, "Absolutely, there is no question of Shiv Sena or anybody else contesting against her, and she should go unopposed. This is her first maiden entry into politics, and we should all work to smoothen it." And he withdraw the candidate. Similarly, look at the case of Sanjay Dutt. I mean, that's a case in point. Sunil Dutt was a dyed-in-the-wool congressman, vehemently opposed as the Congress is to the Shiv Sena's brand of politics. Yet, when in Sanjay Dutt's case, Bal Thackeray went out of his way to support him, and was to a large extent instrumental in paving the way for him getting bail in the first instance. So there are various instances of him extending his influence, of extending his hand, reaching out to people across other parties, and that's why at this critical hour when he's battling, people are coming to meet him and call on him.
Right. That's right. All right, Javed. Thank you very much indeed, Javed and Pankaj Upadhyay, for joining us with all the latest updates. Our thoughts and prayers are with Bal Thackeray and his family and his supporters who are standing vigil outside Matoshri, hoping for the speedy recovery of their icon.